Welcome back. This is Dreddeus with another episode in the San Diego Crusaders franchise. I need to concentrate a little bit. I have said welcome to the Miami Dolphins franchise so often now that I really have to concentrate on the intro. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. Appreciate each and every one of you a lot. It's the first week of this franchise series here. The premise is a little bit different. We are the owner this time around, not the manager, not the coach. This means that we will also take care of a lot of other things like the stadium, the team value, finances, marketing, etc. Just a quick reminder, in this franchise, the big premise that we have is we're only allowed to sign veterans 30 years and older. We're only allowed to acquire these out of free agency. There are no trades allowed, and of course there's no draft allowed, which means that we need to give away all of our draft picks over the course of the season. All right, what we're going to do next is we will take a quick look at the roster, and I will also be showing you the settings here that I will be going with. The league settings, I am going with all Madden here, simulation style, league type, all. These are all more or less the same. The only thing that I did turn off, which is quite funny, is the practice squad stealing, but we don't have a practice squad, so never mind. But if we do have one, I just don't like the stealing aspect of that. I like to treat the practice squad like my own academy, but that only works with younger players, obviously. Minimum roster size is turned off. I always do that when I do rebuilds or franchise, breakout scenarios around development trait. All of that is on 5-minute length. We have all of this set to manual. Auto is only the scouting of the college players, and the practice reps, everything else is turned off. Another thing that we will take a quick look at are the sliders. It's the gameplay sliders, and I will of course be using the Dreddeus sliders. So you just click, you load them outside, then you click the triangle, then you go with yes, and there we go. These are the sliders that I'm using. The logic here is that I have reduced the QB accuracy and the wide receiver catching to make things more realistic. I've also gone and tinkered with the fumbles, reduced the interceptions. So overall, you get a way more realistic feel of the game and a way more realistic type of play. So that in itself is basically what's going on here. Apart from that, there's nothing more to add here. You can check out all of these settings later on. Just pause the game. In terms of the squad, we will be going through the squad now. I'm going to show you what we're working with here. As I said, to start things off, the draft picks look like this. We have one draft pick for 2024, and we will be trading all of these away over the course of the season, so that we always only have one 7th round pick, and we will just be moving along without drafting. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the practice squad. Obviously the game gets pretty nervous when I don't have a practice squad filled with players. I will be kicking all of these players out instantly. All right. All right, practice squad has been emptied. Now we're going to start looking at the roster. The starting quarterback is DAK Prescott, 30 years old. He just turned 30, so that was quite fortunate. I didn't have to kick him out. He's a superstar X Factor. He has great ratings. He's a very good quarterback, of course. The main question will be how long will he be able to work at this level, and when will he be regressing? That is the big question that will concern us with all of these players, because starting at 30, players go down in their ratings. The backup QB is Tyrod Taylor, nothing more to add to that. At halfback, we've got 3 running backs. We've got Melvin Gordon III, 30 years old and 80. He's a very solid halfback as well. Across the board, strength isn't fantastic, but for the most part, he is working quite well. We've got Raheem Mostert, who's in real life currently with the Dolphins. He is 77 rated. He's very quick. He's got good speed and acceleration, so that is a big plus for him. He, of course, is a little bit older. And finally, we've got J.D. McKissick, 75 rated. And yeah, same thing as acceleration, agility, speed, not bad, but a lot of attributes that are really terrible. So I'm quite excited to see how that'll work. Fullback is Michael Burton. Yeah, just brought in the highest ranked 30 or older fullback. Like having a dedicated player at that position. The wide receiving core, that was a mixture of trades that I made where I traded the younger players that still had contracts away. I brought in Adam Thielen. He's 33 years old. He's 87 rated. He's a star depth trait, which will hopefully help slow down his regression. I've never really played with him, so I don't know how he's going to feel in-game. Devontae Parker is the wide receiver number 2, 30 years old, 82 overall. We brought him in from the Patriots. So there we go, catching traffic, spectacular catch. Those are nice. Allen Robinson, the second. Usually he is with the Rams, but we brought him in here. He is our third wide receiver. Again, he's not bad. Personally, I would be cutting him from my roster in any other franchise, but not here. Colt Beasley, same thing, 34, 73, but he did have, the acceleration, the catching, agility, jumping. I like those attributes. Plus, I needed to bring in a player. He was on the free agents pool. So why not? He's a little bit on the older side. And finally, we've got Marquise Goodwin. What I liked about him was the high speed, the high acceleration, agility, jumping, catching. That was great. The rest of the attributes, a lot of them are really trash. But we're just going to have to see how that plays out. So that is basically the gist of it. Tight end starter is Zach Ertz. He does have the mentor tag already. He's a star depth trait, 84 overall. Catching is great, awareness is great, spectacular catch is great. His speed and acceleration, not so much. But we're just going to have to work with what we have here. We've got Jordan Akins and Taysom Hill as the backup tight ends. And yeah, same thing, 32, 31, 33. I do hope that we get a good tight end that is 29 now, turning 30 in the offseason. Then we would be able to bring him in. Left tackle, we've got Tyron Smith. Fantastic player. He's a superstar at the moment, 32 years old, out of USC, 96 overall. Yeah, just fantastic. Super happy with this one here. Best ranked left tackle in the game. This will help us a lot, of course. Donovan Smith is the backup here. Things get worse at left guard. We've got Halapulivati Vitae, or Vitae. Not quite sure how to pronounce that one, but I'm going to get the hang of it. He's a tough player. That's all there is to say. He's got high strength. I brought him in from free agency. We've got Justin Murray here as well, and we've got Lane Taylor with a mentor tag. I do hope that we can get some more upgrade points for these two players here. But yeah, I don't know how that works with all the players. We're going to have to experiment here. Center is Lucas Patrick, 30 years old, 75 overall. I brought him in. He was the highest ranked player that I could get. I didn't want to just slap together a superstar team. Needed to keep it realistic. Also keep an eye on the cap. Working from the perspective of an owner here. Austin Blythe, high strength rating is why I picked him as a backup. Right guard, Zach Martin. Fantastic right guard. 32 years old, superstar depth trait, best right guard in the game. At this point in time, I'm sure that will go down at some point, but right now he's the best. We've got Oday Abushi as his backup, also with a mentor tag. Let's see how that pans out. Right tackle, we've got David Questenberry, 33 years old, 72 rated. He is definitely a hyper band-aid, but he does have good strength, run block, finesse, lead block, and awareness, so that is something working in his favor. Behind him, we've got Tom Compton, also with the mentor tag, plus I went for a little bit of a cheaper player here, 34 years old. I don't know how that will work out. On defense, we're slightly better. We've got DeMarcus Lawrence, 31 years old, 90 overall. He's been a nightmare whenever I've played against him. He's the best ranked left end at the moment, so that is fantastic. We've got William Golston behind him, 32, 76 rated. Just needed a backup that would work for us. Right edge is Ndamukong Suh, 36 years old, 78 rated. Behind him, Devontae Bond. And Sue is super old, 78 rated. His strength is something that I really like. Play recognition, awareness, that is hopefully going to help us a lot. But overall, our defense, of course, not really that competitive. D-tackle Fletcher Cox, superstar. I love him at the Eagles. I really like him. I brought him in on a trade, 10th best defensive tackle. That works well. Apart from finesse moves, he's pretty good. Everything else very balanced. Strength is high. That is always important. We've got Jordan Phillips as the backup and Michael Brockers, who I also always like, especially that super annoyed face. I brought him in due to the strength. Also wanted a bit more depth here at the D-tackle position. I think that works well. For the moment, left outside linebacker is Anthony Barr and Joe Thomas. This is a little bit of a problem because I just couldn't get better left outside linebackers that were above 30. So I had to go for him. He's not bad, he's not terrible, but then again, he isn't even good, I would say. So that is definitely a weak position. Mid linebacker, Denzel Perriman is the starter. Behind him, Damian Wilson. Then we've got Jamie Collins, Sr. and Patrick Onwuasor. Very balanced. Denzel Perriman definitely the standout here with an 83. Not too crazy about this, that he's my best player, but we're just going to have to work with this for the moment. I do hope that we can improve over the next offseason, but right now there's not that many older, really good players that are not in teams that are free agents. Carl Nassib, 30 years old, 74 at right outside linebacker. Behind him, Sam Iguavuen. Yeah, this is just a band-aid. Similar to left outside linebacker. He's a big dude, so that works for me. He isn't bad, all right? He's got good attributes in there. Acceleration is good. Pursuit, power moves, play recognition, strength, but then finesse moves, zone coverage, block shedding, terrible. And those drag him down. Also, agility is really bad, so we're going to see how that works. Cornerback is Steven Nelson and Chris Harris Jr. Those are my two starting quarterbacks. Cornerbacks, not quarterbacks. There we go. Again, speed, acceleration, agility, jumping, those are good. Press is good as well. Play recognition works for me. So I think this is not the worst solution. Chris Harris Jr., 33 years old, 79. He will be regressing very soon. Speed, agility, jumping, play recognition, that is what I like about him. But then tackle is super weak, so I'm not sure how that'll pan out. Xavier Rhodes, and then we've got Pat Peterson, who I really like a lot. I know him from those All or Nothing series on Amazon when he was with the Cardinals. I just felt like I had to bring him in. So there we go. That's Pat Peterson. We've got the free safeties, Darren Harmon, 32 years old, 77, and behind him, Bobby McCain, 30 years old, 75 rated. Yeah, not bad, not terrible. They're just sort of solid players, I would say. Speed is good, play recognition, acceleration, awareness, hit power, that works. Same thing for Bobby. And at strong safety, we've got Adrian Phillips, 31, 81. That's definitely one of the better players that I have in the team right now, especially at strong safety. He still has a lot to offer. He's not that bad. And yeah, I'm really quite hopeful about this one. Tony Jefferson is the second strong safety here. So let's see what these two can accomplish at that position. Kicker is Graham Gano. We do have Brett Mayer also in here, but I think I will be cutting him because he's just absolutely terrible. So there we go. We just cut our second kicker. We don't really need him. Graham Gano should do well. He's got such high kick power, 95. The accuracy also not bad. So I think we can work with him. And as the punter, we've got Brian Anger and Riley Dixon, who I did bring in on a free agency transfer. I just feel like at some point Brian Anger will drop out, and Riley Dixon might also be something of an injury backup. I don't know how that will pan out with these older players in terms of injuries. The draft picks, I will be trading those away. That is no problem right now. Don't need to concern ourselves. And there's the empty practice squad. And with that, we are through. Another thing that is certainly different in this franchise is I'm the owner. You can see the funds on top of the screen is 363 mil, and with that I need to take care of a lot of things. I need to take care of the team happiness. Of course, team happiness is always impacted by the wins. that we have and by the performance. So that just makes sense, of course. Historic is always in terms of the Cowboys. So we are looking at the recent record, of course. The next best thing that we can do here is fan happiness, of course. That is something that I think is very important. As you can see, there's different things that sort of impact this. We could go up, we can go down. Team popularity, for instance, is very good. We are the first. That is awesome. So the fans are very happy. We've got fan happiness good at the moment. The least popular is the roster rating, and that is quite obvious. I mean, we just have probably one of the worst rosters in the league at the moment. The market size works. We have gone down here even further. The staff rating is there, stadium rating is there, concession prices, merchandise prices. So these things are something that we really need to sort of keep in our focus as the owner again. You know, we're not the coach. We can't spend the money left, right, center. We need to keep the whole package in our view. The player marketing, we've got these 3 players here that are sort of the star players. We've got the team popularity, and then we've got the media relations. You can always dive in here and you can look at the top players. It's not really that much of a surprise, you know, when you look at these. So of course, if these players do well, if these players play a lot, then you also get a lot more in terms of marketing. You can also look at this here, the team popularity. At the moment, there's not much change going on here. Local popularity, regional, national. At the moment, we're at 100%. That might change over the course of the season. And recent media questions, this is where we can take a look at how we dealt with the media. Those are really sometimes way out of left field. You get a question, you answer the question, and then it impacts the team in a way that you didn't even imagine. We also have the finances section. This is a super important one because here we can set the prices, of course. We can take a look at the tickets, for instance. It will always give you sort of an indication that value is good. Fan feedback, it's good value, good value, good value, and good value. So there we go, because I reduced the prices a little bit. So we sort of are in the sweet spot with these prices. Merchandise, you can see it says decent value, and so on. So what I will be doing is I will be just slightly adjusting these. I'll be going down. I always try to get around the good value, but you also really need to keep in mind that all of these things impact how much money you earn. And so sometimes you probably wouldn't want to reduce this too much because that will impact the income, and that will impact how much money you can spend on players and so on and so forth. So what I will be doing is I will just be going down one category each and evaluate this next time round. That was the tickets and merchandise covered. We also have a concession stand in the stadium, of course. It says the same thing here. So all of these are decent value. I'm going to leave these for the moment. There was one with bad value. So I will be setting this down towards $5. The average price is set above. So average price is 6. That's on the left. On the right, we've got the current price. So you can sort of always compare it a little bit. We're still above the average price. With the soft pretzel, with the sandwich, sorry, we are way above. So I will be putting this down to $5. I don't want to be too far ahead of the pack here, but also not way below. So sort of get that sweet spot again. We don't have a 3, 4, or 5-star concession stand yet. We will do that in the future, of course. Then it also tells you the revenue shared is a sort of what comes from the city. Concessions is the sold concessions, merchandise, tickets. That's pretty self-explanatory. And on the right-hand side, you've got the salaries. Currently, not a lot going on. We earned a lot last week. This is awesome. Home games are better for us in terms of income. Away games only cost us money, if you want to put it that way. Then we also have the team value. That is also something that you can just sort of look at and revel in. There's different categories. So we went up overall. The fan happiness stayed the same. We went up in the concessions rating, the merchandise, and the ticket rating. Of course, this can always go down, especially impacted by team success. And then you could look at the other teams. So that's basically that. It's more of a, a statistical view that you can get here. And then we've got the stadium. And this is another nice part of being an owner. You can see the rating is 39. It is a 1 year old. The parking, the team store fan zone on the left hand side, you can see the levels. That's level 2 out of 5. The rating is 99. That also means how clean it is, how well it is maintained, and so on and so forth. So basically, we are doing well. Yeah, happiness is fair. The rating is 39. Size is okay. And we can click upgrade, and then we can upgrade things here. All right, just moving across all of these areas. And of course, some of these impact more, like for instance, the concessions or the seating, because this just means that your rating goes up higher and that you also can sell more seats and so on. I will be leaving it at level 2. I'm just going to see how it goes, and I'm going to push these things up as time goes by and maybe as things get worn down. You can also rebuild the stadium, but it must be less than 40. We're not there yet because we just started, of course, and then we've got the relocation, and we can do that if we are below 20. So with that said, these are all of the options I have as an owner. Of course, I have to keep in mind a lot of things now. We need to get the team winning. We need to also make sure that we keep the fans happy, and so on and so forth. So a lot of things going on right now. I really found that out the hard way when I did the Snowhawks rebuild. But we're going to be starting right now with the game against the Jets now. Let's take a quick look at the roster. We've got Zach Wilson, we've got Hendon Hooker, and I've got Anthony Brown there. So not too much changes right now. Halfback is Breece Hall, of course, out of the 2022 draft. Fantastic at running back. We've got Michael Carter there and Jaden Hobbs, a rookie out of the 2023 draft. I'm always using real draft files, draft class files, so you will find a lot of real players in there. Fullback is Derek Cruz, also a rookie. Wide receiver, we've got Elijah Moore, we've got Garrett Wilson, we've got Corey Davis, Denzel Mims, and Ronnie Bell. So this is a very solid wide receiver room, nothing too special. Tight end Tyler Conklin, we've got CJ Uzoma, we've got Jeremy Ruckert, and we've got DJ Johnson. So that works well. DJ Johnson, for instance, is a rookie that I brought into the Miami Dolphins franchise. Check that out if you want a more classic franchise series where, you know, I draft players, I build them up over the time, develop talent. That is more with the Dolphins. This is going to be a very different type of beast. The tight end core, solid with Conklin and Uzoma. Ruckert and Johnson are the backups, nothing more. Peter Skoronski, left tackle. He's my right tackle in the Dolphins franchise. I switched him over to that position. Behind him, Greg Little. A very Dolphin heavy setup here right now. I think Greg Little, was with the Miami Dolphins, so he must have been traded shortly. Peter Skoronski is a very good offensive line player. He's got a normal depth trait, but he really is super solid. And he hasn't gone up, but I do hope he will for the Dolphins. Left guard, Laken Tomlinson, 3181. And Noah Douglas is a rookie here. Laken Tomlinson with a star depth trait at 81 rated. This would be a very good player for us at some point in time. Center, Ethan Pocic and Todd O'Sullivan. That's a solid center, nothing more than that. Right guard, Elijah Vera Tucker, a fantastic right guard. He's got a star depth trait, 24 years old, 79 rated. Great player, super strong, good blocking. Very good player. Colby Scott is the right guard, rookie right tackle. Mekhi Becton, of course, Max Mitchell, the backup. Mekhi Becton with a superstar depth trait, 24 years old, 80 rated. He's just going to explode and get so much better and better. In the Dolphins franchise, he already is a superstar X Factor, of course. What about defense? Defense has John Franklin Myers and Jermaine Johnson II, super solid left edge players. At right edge, we've got Carl Lawson, 28 years old, 84, and Stephen Giles, a rookie. Carl Lawson, also one of these nasty edge rushers, very strong, very quick, and he's really going to make life difficult for us. D-tackle, Quinnen Williams, another one of those super young players on the Jets, 25 years old, 88 overall, superstar depth trait. He's also an X Factor on the Dolphins franchise already, a few years in. I think we're in 2026. So, dangerous. D-tackle, super dangerous. Sheldon Rankins behind him. And George Penn, a rookie. Left outside linebackers, Gerard Davis, Sione Takitaki, and John Simon. Definitely the weakest position at the moment on the defensive lineup. Mid linebacker CJ Mosley, 31 years old, 84 rated, out of Alabama. He's got a high tackle rating, hit power, pursuit acceleration, super dangerous player at that position. Jamian Sherwood, 23, 67, and James Skalski is also there. So one very good player and two, I would say, bad players. Right outside linebacker, Quan Alexander, 29 years old, 76 rated. He's not looking too great looking at the overall, but the rest, in reality, he really isn't bad. He has good hit power, good speed, acceleration, pursuit, so that really works well. The backup, Eric Jordan, a rookie. Cornerback, DJ Reed Jr. and Sauce Gardner. These two are super dangerous, are going to go up so quickly. Sauce Gardner is superstar already on the Dolphins. Bryce Hall is also there, so three very good corners. Michael Carter and Brian Branch, definitely backups, but not too bad either. Free safeties, Ashton Davis, behind him Avery Young, a rookie. Ashton Davis, a super solid free safety. And at strong safety, we've got Jordan Whitehead, who's also nasty because he's so quick, and Tremaine Baker, a rookie. Kicker is Brandon McManus, and the punter is Brett Kern and Braden Mann. So they do have two punters. What are we going to do with that information now? We're going to head into weekly strategy, of course. I think that we will have to try and focus on defending the short pass. The player health, we are at 93. We've got a lot of old guys, so we will have to really be very, very cautious on how we treat them, right? So what we will be doing is I will be going with a split and half pads. I think it's more important to retain fitness than really get a lot of experience points, because regression is going to be a real thing. I think the blitz counter might be the best option here. We do have a good quarterback, but I still have to develop a feeling on how we will play with this team, because teams always feel very different, of course. Next up, we have the practice intensity for the offensive team. I'm going to go with half pads as well. I want to make sure that everybody here stays fit. I don't want to see any injuries. I think those might play a bigger role for us here. The focus players doesn't really matter too much. I will focus on players that I sort of want to keep at a certain level. It's not about developing them. It's about keeping them as good as possible. So I think I will try and take a look maybe at Allen Robinson, because I do think that he would be quite good for the team. Those superstars here. I think the center, maybe he's already training, so I might go with Vaitai here to try and improve him as much as I can. I think that will be slow going. We are gonna we can't sack the QB. We're gonna get an interception. I think that is realistic. 24 points or less, that works. 250 offensive yards, and we're gonna win the turnover battle. So there we go. Offensive results are in. Focus experience points. You can see that bonus and focus are super low. Of course, we went with half pads and splits, so that is that. Plus, we have very old players, so of course they're not going to be having a lot of experience points. Again, this is more about keeping the team fit than about really improving players a lot. That's not going to happen at this point in time. We're going to upgrade the players. We have 3 to upgrade. That's Joe Thomas, our backup left outside linebacker, number 28. He's now at 69. We've got Lane Taylor, a left guard. We're going to put this into power, of course. He's a 64, but we do have the buffs. And David Questenberry, right tackle. Going to put this into power. I think we're going to need this as much as we can. Apart from that, not much more to do. I will now start the game. See you there. Before we start the game, I'm just going to show you the uniforms. We have 2 basically. The first is this one with the black top, yellow pants, and the black socks. Also the helmet, looking pretty nice with this sort of, I don't know, lightning strike sword thingy. The logo is not the best in terms of stability. It looks quite fragile, but it's nice. Don't really care too much. Also, I like the color scheme for the jerseys. Reminds me a little bit of the Steelers. We also have an away away uniform. This is also very nice. It's all black socks, pants, and helmet, and we've got all the white jerseys. So we're going to start with this one here, of course. There's not much that we can sort of do here. We have two. We can only rotate these. Of course, we can sort of try variants here with an all black type of thing. We can also go with this, for instance, but then we also have with salt color. So we are a little bit limited here in terms of the jerseys, but yeah, just wanted to show you that before we start the game. MetLife Stadium here, beautiful stadium here in New York, and the coach for the Jets coming onto the field. This is Dak Prescott, the San Diego Crusaders, showing you their uniforms. Really liking the look of these, looking very slick. We've got the Jets here with the standard home uniforms. That's Breece Hall before we saw Zach Wilson. And we are going to get ready to play now. CJ Mosley also leading the charge on defense as we will be out onto the field. Here come the Crusaders. We don't have names. That's just something I noticed here. That is a little bit weird, but we just have to, yeah, we're going to deal with that. And the Jets. That's the kickoff. All right, as you know, I only play offensive snaps. I never play the defensive ones, so our defense has held them. We're gonna try this one here. We've got Ertz on the short route. We have Robinson. We've got Parker. Just want to see how those players feel here. I mean, the passing should be good, of course, since we have a veteran quarterback. Mike Tomlinson is our coach here. Let's try a run play here. Our defense seems to be set up quite interestingly. Terrence Smith and Zach Martin are next to each other. That is a little bit of a surprise. All right, J.D. McKissick. And he is quick. Oh, that was nice. Taken down at the 29 here. 18-yard rush. Good run. Good run by J.D. McKissick. It's a little bit of a surprise that I don't have names on the back, because on the Snowhawks jerseys you usually do have them. So interesting. But we're going to deal with that. Here we go, another run. And quite instantly taken down here, but McKissick really getting going here. Liking this. He feels quite agile. We're going to move the chains. Of course, we're going to get the first down. Let's go with an inside zone split. That's Melvin Gordon, the third. Left-hand side. And off we go. Those players on the left are currently really helping us create space for the runners. That is working well at the moment. Let's get going here. There's the cover. Oh, and they're taken back here. 3rd and 5. What are we going to do? Let's try this here. Gonna try a slip screen. Those worked quite well with the Dolphins. Not sure how it'll work with the Crusaders, but we are moving forward here. 1st and goal as we're taken down by Sauce Gardner here. Good run by McKissick. And of course, Dak Prescott is a developed quarterback in comparison to, for instance, the quarterback on the Dolphins franchise. That would be Talia Tagovailoa, the younger brother of Tua Tagovailoa. That definitely is going to be a difference here in terms of where I can pass. 5 yards currently is what we need to cover to get into the area. I think I'm going to try another screen. That actually didn't work too badly. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to go towards the right-hand side. I do hope that we get some space here. There we go. McKissick, let's go. Oh, we're taken down here at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. Not really getting that much ground covered here. Going to go to the left this time around. Let's hope that McKissick can get it done. Otherwise, we're going to have to settle for a field goal. I mean, also, oh, and I just moved into that tackle. I just moved into that tackle. And that is, of course, a tackle on Prescott. Could have gone better at the end of the first quarter, but it also could have gone a lot worse. We're going to go the field goal. Graham Gano has got a straight kick ahead of him. We are going to adjust slightly because it is windy. There we go. Slam bam. That's the first points on the board for the San Diego Crusaders. The kick is good. And we're on the board. Now it's time for our defense to do its job. We at least hold them to a field goal, so that is okay for me. But still could have limited them even more. We're going to go with the play action cross here. Let's see. Can we get Thielen in the back end there? Let's see. Can we get that done? Yes, we can. All right, that is Adam Thielen. Now we're off to the races. Did you see the speed go down? Did you see him slow down? Oh, that was a little bit brutal there. But the pass was good. And of course, it's an elite quarterback hooking up with an elite, or at least a very good wide receiver. So definitely solid is what the outcome should be here. Do I go with verticals or do I go with this one? We're going to go with the play action crosser. It's going to look for Ertz as he's going to go towards the outside. Oh, that is slapped away. That was coverage, and the pass was coming along very slow. I could literally see it get slower in the air. Currently, we have no issues in terms of fatigue. Zach Ertz, 3rd and 8. Getting a little bit forward here. Let's go with the smash seam. Can we complete this one here towards the left-hand side? That would be best case, of course, right? Yeah. Not really getting there. Gonna go for a 45-yard field goal. And slightly towards the left, but is the wind? Yeah, the wind is going to push it in. Thank God. All right, 6 and 3. As always, you know, when you start with a team, you need to get a feel for the playbook. You need to get a feel for the way the team works. And here we are, second quarter. We have a touchdown for the Jets. I think I'm going to go with Thielen again here. I would like him to be a little bit quicker, but that was a good catch here. He seems to be quite powerful. We're going to call a timeout here. Couldn't get out of bounds. So let's take a look at what we have here. Devontae Parker, shot fade cross. Is it possible the bench switch? I don't really like those too much because they take quite long. What about the Y corner? Let's go with this one here. Zach Ertz, gonna go towards the right outside. And oh my God, we're yanked back inside. CJ Mosley, he is such a beast. Such a beast. All right, we've got Allen Robinson. We've also got Zach Ertz, but I think I'm gonna be going with Robinson here. Oh my God, that was also almost a pick. Not really what I wanted to see. Let's see. Can we get Allen Robinson? Or do we go with Thielen? I think I'm going to go with Thielen. Adam Thielen. Smacked away. That was actually quite coolly done here. Again, Thielen left-hand side. We've got Ertz on the right-hand side. Robinson to the outside. But the speed is really something that is bothering me. All right, 4 seconds on the clock. We're going to go with the field goal here. 4 seconds. Graham Gano. There we go. Slightly towards the right-hand side, but again, the wind carries us in. And another field goal. Currently, we're only getting field goals as our defense holds them, which is actually fantastic. We're going to go with a halfback dive here out of the backfield. We're very close to our own end zone, as we do push through with Melvin Gordon, the third here. Okay, they're taken down by number 21 for the Jets. As we are going to try an inside zone. J.D. McKissick. This isn't the worst strategy, right? So let's go here. Oh, and this is actually working quite nicely here. I mean, the slowdown is real. The slowdown is real. He really went down in speed. But yeah, that was good though. It was a good pickup. Can't really fault anyone, but we will have to really sort of mix things up here. Go for different receivers quite a lot. I'm gonna go with the levels here. I want to get Thielen. The others are only decoys. So here we go. And that is inaccurate. I really had a lot of pressure coming here. What can we do? Let's try this slip screen here, but it's McKissick again. Doesn't look to be tired from his animations, but can we get going? Ooh, that is just yanked back by Quan Alexander here, number 9, 3rd and 5. The current situation. We're gonna go with the trail shake, and I'm looking towards Zach Ertz here. Get Ertz behind that offensive line. Wow, that is inaccurate. That is inaccurate. For such a good quarterback, that is really inaccurate. Brian Anger, we're going to try and put the ball way back. Out of bounds. That is the target here. And that is a perfect one. 3 yards for Brian Anger on this punt here. That is well done. That is very well done. All right, come on defense. Oh, we hold them again. That is great. That is great. It just means that we have another go at trying to gain yards here. I think we're gonna flip this play. Let's flip it. We're gonna go towards the right hand, towards the left hand side. I think that is a little bit more promising here. Ball is live. All right, can we weave through here? McKissick is really good at sort of weaving between defensive players, but at some point in time, of course, he's gonna get stopped. So that much is clear. We've got Ertz going towards the left and McKissick going towards the right here. Why are those so inaccurate by DAK Prescott? 3rd and 5. I'd really like to get into field goal range, because then at least we could try and take the lead. I don't think our defense will be able to hold them forever. So there we go. This is good. This is very, very good as we try and move forwards here. And we get a first down at the 47. Also a new playbook to get to grips with. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. Do we have a better? I think I'm gonna go with the play action crossers here. Ertz or Robinson, one of these two should be. Good catch here by Robinson, but what is this flag gonna be?
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
All right. Well, that's actually pretty good. Carl Lawson coming in a little bit too hot here as we're at the 8-yard line. We're going to go with an off tackle, right hand side run with Gordon, Melvin Gordon III. Ball is live. Oh, and we can't really get anywhere. 2nd and goal, 7 yards. That is a slow pickup, man. Let's try another slip screen here. Can we get something done from this one here? We're very close. We're very close. We don't really need to pressurize ourselves too much. And here we go. Here we go. That was well done by J.D. McKissick, powering into the end zone. And it's the first touchdown for the San Diego Crusaders. Really like the color scheme here. It's a super low ball, but luckily he was flexible enough to really turn that corner. As Mike Tomlins celebrates with the team. Come on, hold them. And we hold them. We are in the lead, guys. That is awesome. That is awesome. At the 4-yard line, I don't really trust in anyone to go for a pass play because we only need to sort of suffer one slight lack here. We're actually pushed back. 2nd and 10. Let's go with an ISO. Straight bum rush. That's basically it. I don't even want to try and pass the ball here, but we will be going for a slip screen. There's not much more I can do. J.D. McKissick, we need 8 yards. And that works like a charm here. We cut inside, take him down here. But we get quite a few yards. 15 and 10. The score at the moment. The clock is still running. And we're going to go with Melvin Gordon. I want some power now. Come on, man. Show me that. Doesn't have the highest acceleration, of course. But if we can find the gap, we should be able to power through. 2nd and 7. Going to go the duo left-hand side here. There's more coverage on that side by the left tackle, left guard. Oh my god, that was a quick takedown by Carl Lawson. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Again, field goal range is the target here. Slot fade. The noises seems to be pretty intense. It is quite tight over there as we're hit with the 2-minute warning. We are at the 31. Let's get McKissick going again. And the coverage was there. Quan Alexander, 4th and 10. We lose yards, which is probably my worst case scenario. Gonna be punting the ball now. Gonna go towards the right hand side. Oh, that is super inaccurate. Jesus Christ. Oh, but that was a good one. That was a good stop here by our number 18. Here we go. Hold them. Oh, and they are on the board. They are ahead. They just took the lead. Oh, that sucks, man. We are 3 points behind. The question is, do we get a field goal? That would really be enough in my book. Zach Ertz gets the ball, steps out of bounds. Graham Gano with the practice here on the side. The major problem is that the players are not that fast. So that is certainly a problem with the older players. Adam Thielen. That is slapped away. 11 seconds to go. We played quite solidly. I mean, you can't really fault anyone. But this is tricky. Let's go to double post. It's long routes, man. Really long routes. Can we get Parker? Can we get Thielen? One of these two would be great. And that is probably the worst thing I could have done with 3 seconds to go. That is the game. CJ Mosley with the interception. And that is the game. I would have liked to get a win on the first game, but it's not happening. And this is a loss away against the New York Jets. Player stats. Let's take a quick look here. Without that interception, our score would be higher for Dak Prescott. 200 yards passing, The rushing, of course, McKissick did well, Melvin Gordon did well. Didn't get a rushing touchdown though. Receiving, we got one for McKissick. That was the screen, of course. Garrett Wilson got the most. Thielen 71, McKissick, Zach Ertz. We weren't bad. We weren't bad. We can't really fault anyone too much. But then again, in the end, it's only the score that counts. And yeah, nothing much happening there on that hand side. The defense was good, but I mean, 3 points the difference. Just gonna have to take that. All right, with this result, we are gonna end the first episode from the regular season with the San Diego Crusaders. It wasn't a bad game, really, by any means, but yeah, that just wasn't really for us. 18-15, it was close. Defense couldn't hold them. The offense, I need to get sort of used to what we can do here. Of course, when you look at the team, it isn't the toughest. It is the strongest. I think that these things might improve over the course of the season. And of course, as the seasons pass by, newer players that are higher rated will be introduced to the team that also meet the criteria. But at the moment, as it stands, of course, this is a loss in morale. This is a little bit of a bummer. This will impact us on many areas. But we also have to be realistic what we can achieve with this team. I mean, I enjoyed it. First outing of the San Diego Crusaders. With that said and done, guys, gonna say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you a lot. If you liked it, please drop me a like and subscribe. That means a lot to me and helps the channel grow. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.